Hello, good afternoon. It's 2 o'clock and we're going to have another reading from my fantastic second book, The Little Book of Horse Sense. Where is it? There's the camera. There we are. So it might have a message from you. Quick bit of housekeeping, as always, the ultimate rider confidence course, deep dive into rider psychology online, so you can take part wherever you live in the world. That will be available to start today, and it's currently half price. And I think it's easiest rather than a link for this product, a link for that product. For example, we've got our new vouchers. You might have seen our new vouchers for this. Don't start. I'm trying to do a live. And if you keep going, you'll have to go outside. That was Popple Guy. I'm going to do it. Yeah, so we've got the new vouchers. Really pleased with the artwork. They look absolutely fantastic. They've got a new finish called Pearlized Finish, and they're absolutely great. And I was just thinking, we've got Confident to Canter vouchers and the new Kids Rider Confidence and Guns and Horses. And these are all new courses. I never knew that we'd do new courses. We didn't set out to do new courses, but we've got new day courses. And in terms of the Confident to Canter, it's a 2-day course. Yeah, so I've only just kind of realised all these gift vouchers. Of course, we've got the normal adults rider confidence as well, and they're new. And it's funny how things develop without you even trying to. And of course, I got my new book as well. Yes, so instead of putting individual links to this, that, or the other, just message me. Message me here. You're watching me on YouTube. You're watching me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook more than I'm on YouTube, simply because most of my audience are on Facebook. Although now I think about it, when I'm the audience, I go and find people on YouTube. So there you go. Different strokes for different folks. Anyway, I hope you're all fine. Let's see if the Little Book of Horse Sense has a message for you. So you've got to concentrate on the book. This is great. This is like a Darren Brown thing. But whoa, right, concentrate. I'm going to open it, and this is a message specifically for you. Oh, where is it? There it is. 3, 2, 1, stop. And left or right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one, mo, I think. Right, it is. Oh, that's quite good. Becoming a riding instructor is not a path to confidence. How do I know that? Because we have riding instructors recommending their clients to come on the rider confidence course, and the instructors are as nervous as anybody. And I do believe, and I've met enough nervous, right, and I've also known people go through the system who were nervous when I first met them, continued to be nervous, and went through the system to become the most qualified BHS riding instructor that you can be, and they're still nervous. Yes, and we've had nervous people come here, as I say, and I've even had 1 or 2 people say, I'm going to be a riding instructor because I'm a bit nervous. It's not a path to confidence, I'm afraid. You can do the whole thing and still be just as nervous. And of course, then you've got a nervous riding instructor who is going to say stupid things to their new clients, sometimes for years. Fear runs down the reins. They can smell when you're frightened. They can sense when your heartbeat goes up, and all these things that you can't control. You can't control your smell. You can't control your heartbeat. And then it gets perpetuated, doesn't it? So if you're thinking of doing all your BHS exams so that you will be confident on a horse, that is not the path to confidence. There you go. However, having said that, if you are full-time with horses, if you are professional with horses, then you've got a much better chance of becoming confident, irrelevant of your the field that you're in. The reason why this is because you will have the full spectrum of experiences. You'll have your scary experiences, but you've done so much riding that you'll also have your experiences where you've overcome some challenge or good experiences, or where the horse has been particularly good. And in between those two extremes is all the everyday. So it does help to be a professional horse rider. Maybe instructors don't ride that much. What do you think? Because I know that I do a lot of instructing, and I don't ride at all as part of my work. I stand on the ground and other people ride. Of course, as we did the shows, we rode a lot. Will you stop screaming? I'm trying to talk. What do you think? Stick it in the comments if you think that I'm on something there. But I do know, back to the point from the Little Book of Horse Sense, if that was a message for you, becoming a riding instructor, shut up, is not a path to confidence. Anyway, I'm hoping that this little microphone affair that I've got here is cutting out the parrots screaming. But there we are. Should we do another one? If that wasn't for you, this next one will definitely be for you. There you are. Concentrate on the book. Think of your question. Get it going in your mind. You can write it down in the comments if you want to, or just keep it quiet. Oh, 3. Should we start from 3? Let's start from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Da, 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 da. There we are. This is a message for you. Canter is not something that you conquer. We are not at war. People have this. I said this last time about canter. People have this such dreadful view of this word canter. Right, you're gonna have to go, Pop. You're not going to. Have you noticed these screens when I scream? Are you going? You might have to. Yes. Come on then. Right, I'm going to get Pop. He might shut up. He's not going to shut up, is he? He's going to go to try and get them on microphone. Aren't you? Yes. Oh, I've forgotten what it was. What was it? Somebody remind me. I've lost it. Something about cantering. Pop, see what you've done now? That was someone's special message. Can you write it in the column? I'll do another one. We're going to do another one, Pop. Do you want to say stop? Right, another message for you. Can someone write what that was about canter in the comments, and we'll do that one. We're going to have to do another one now. Concentrate on the book. Concentrate. Stop. This is a good one. Right, hang on. It's a bit long on this. Zebras aren't scared of lions. They're scared of lions that are hunting. The predator-prey relationship is nuanced. The reason why, and in fact, that I've got to confess, that wasn't me. It was another person who I read, and I thought, oh my God, I've been doing that. I've been lying. So what happens is people say that you can't expect this or that off a horse because we're predators, they're prey. So we've already got this relationship, this predator-prey relationship that causes problems in the education of the horse. And to me, that seemed terribly sensible. I was like, oh yeah, that's terribly sensible. And I went along believing that with no evidence at all that was true. And I still hear people saying it. And then I read this thing, so I can't take credit, but it was so well written. And basically it said, well, if you look at the watering hole in nature documentaries, you've got the zebras all drinking at the watering hole and the lions all drinking at the watering hole, and they're keeping a little eye on each other, but they're drinking at the watering hole all together repeatedly. And the zebras are surprisingly calm because you're like, there's a bloody lion over there. And I've done it myself. I've been shouting at the telly, and there's a bloody lion over there. And of course, the lions aren't taking any notice. And the zebras aren't really being frightened because the lions are drinking. They're not hunting. When a zebra gets the gist of a lion creeping through the grass, they've always got one or two zebras looking out, and they say, whoa, off it goes. Or the whole herd is up and off before the lion even gets a chance to run out. And the lion's usually a couple of paces behind. The herd spots them and goes, and then the lion has to run. So in one situation, the zebras are frightened of the lions, and in the other situation, they're not frightened of the lions because the lions aren't hunting. So to get that back to us and our horses, if people are coming out going this or that because we're predators and horses are prey, therefore this relationship starts to happen. No, we're not hunting predators. Hunters behave differently. So there's no need to assume that the horse is going to be particularly, probably talking about young horses here, or horses first being backed or whatever. And so I found that doubly interesting because I've been lying for years, just saying stuff that comes into my head, which, as anybody knows who's been on my page, seen my videos, or been on the Rider Confidence course, I am so sick to death of people lying, saying anything that comes into their head. That to find myself doing it and having done it for years, going, well, we are predators after all. We're not predators because we're not predating. Come the day that I'm predating and I'm going to jump on a horse and eat it, then I'm a predator. Until then, I'm just another person. Interesting, isn't it? Right, I'm going to have a quick look in the comments. Not conquering canter. Thank you very much, Hannah Wingfield. I was hoping that somebody would do that. I mentioned it on the last one, which was about... See what you've done, Pop? I mentioned it on the last one. Canter. Oh, it's such a dark word. And people, I'm going to conquer canter. I'm going to conquer canter. I'm going to crack it. This year, I'm going to crack canter. I'm going to conquer canter this year. We are not at war. You are not conquering some enemy. What you are talking about is running around a little bit. That's it. This year, I'm going to learn how to run around a little bit. Hasn't got the dark connotation. And then, of course, it carries on. It's like, oh, it's my canter lesson next week. It's my canter lesson. I've got to do my canter lesson. Oh, and the whole thing becomes dark and scary. And as I was saying on my last one, then once you've got this dark, scary thing that you're going to conquer and you're going to crack and you're going to be victorious over, here we go, it's a big fight of your life and you're ready to do it. And then the instructor goes, prepare to canter. And it's just the most frightening thing ever. But there we are. We need to stop thinking of canter as this big black cloud. It's not a big black cloud. We're running around a little bit. And as I said on my last stream, one of my favorite things from the what? Are you going now? Bye. One of my favorite things from the Confidence Canter course is the fact that the most common instruction of the day is trot up the track until you're sick of it and then run up to Erin as fast as you can. You just got to get out of this awful black canter cloud. And there we are. Lovely. So that's been marvelous. Anything that you any questions that you've got, any comments that you get, observations, personalization, contextualization to you, stick them in the comments. And thank you very much for listening. I hope those messages were for you from the little book of horse sense. If you want any of our products, if you want the little book, if you want my other book, Control Your Stress and Enjoy Your Horse, if you want any of the courses or the vouchers or the Ultimate Rider Confidence course or the Adults Rider Confidence course here, or anything that I talk about, just drop me a message here and I'll give you the link. It's a lot easier than reading through a load of stuff going, for this book, go here, for this book, go here. Just speak to me. Okay, lovely. Ooh. Oh, hang on. I've just got a little comment here. Haha. Well, love canter and love the trot, but the transition from trot to canter is my nightmare. My nightmare, you know. Oh, look, I'm disappearing behind the writing. My nightmare, you know, was the transition back out of canter into trot. I remember not being able to get that. Oh, my word, it's just all bobbly, horrible, bobbliness. With the transition from trot into canter, is that plunge that's usually the frightening thing. You're all right, and then the horse just sort of like lurches into its first canter, and that can send the old adrenaline going. So you've just got to get used to that. That's what it feels like. But part of being able to get used to that is being familiar with what it feels like in canter. So you haven't got the double whammy of I've got to endure this plunge, this lurch into canter, and then I'm not ever so sure as to how stable I am or if I'm doing it right or whatever. This is why people want you to get used to the feeling of cantering before they talk about the transitions. And so they stick you on the lunge and they're like, don't you worry about anything. And you just get used to the movement, which in theory is a good idea. But it's out of control. It's literally out of control. And part of the problem with canter is people feel out of control anyway. But if you actually go out of control, where you're not riding the horse and it's going round and round, and the second thing is it motorbikes a little bit, and that'll rob your confidence as well. So although the intentions are good, going round and round on a circle is nothing but terrifying. There we are. Which is why we have the Confident Canter camp, the Confident Canter course, where we're on a straight line and the horses start themselves and they stop themselves, and we get used to what it feels like to canter, and then we can start looking at the transition in, transition out. Your problem is the transition in. My problem was the transition out, and you can just get used to that, but you do need to know what canter feels like. In an arena, of course, you build up your nerve, you lurch into canter, you're in canter, and you're like, oh my God, thank God I've got over that lurch. Now I need to settle down. But lo and behold, there's a corner. And it's like, okay, as soon as I get around this corner, I'll be able to settle down then and get to know this canter. But of course, you're on the short side now, and there's a corner. And then you're like, okay, just get around this corner. And there's never any moment where you're just going run, and getting that into your body, because then you know what's on the other side of the lurch and you can go, right, okay, cool, let's jump into that, and then I'm back in familiar territory. What you don't want to be doing is going through the unfamiliar territory of lurching into the canter, into unfamiliar territory of what the canter feels like, and knowing that you've got the unfamiliar territory of that awful transition back out again where you bobble all over the place and forget to steer. Anyway, there we are. I've made a little video on YouTube called Confident Canter, which is the precursor of our Confident Canter course. I made a little video saying how we break this down, and that was up on YouTube for, I could put it on this page actually when I've done this. That was up on my YouTube for 2-3 years before we thought, well, look, we might as well do this as a course. And just a little way how we build the track, how we start off in little bite sizes. I'll put it on the page now. Lovely. Oh, thank you very much, Vanessa. Let me just show that. And I've got a little what's that called? Called a review. Got a little review there. Love the Confidence Canter course. Straight lines at your pace on your horse. Amazing to get the feeling of it. Lovely. That's a funny one. I've got a funny one here. Funny comment. Horses are not scared of dog walkers. Horses are scared of dog walkers who helpfully hide in the bushes. Back to my original thing about lions. They're scared of hunting lions. Well, if you're going to jump out and kill a horse and roast it over the fire, what you do is you'd spot a horse, then you'd hide behind the bushes, preferably with a dog that can help you round it up. Why do they do that? And then, of course, we've got to be excessively cheery going, would you like to come out from behind the tree? And I don't feel excessively cheery at all. It really annoys me. I feel like being rude, but it must be rude. Crazy. How do people think that that's going to help? There's someone behind you. Yeah, very funny. It's made me laugh. Okay. Thank you very much. And yeah, stick any questions, comments, observations, contextualization or personalization in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.